I believe frost nip is a term
Oh, yes.
that could use on a day like today. Good morning on this
Frost
Friday.
nip. Before you get to frostbite, you have frost nip.
That's what it is. He's James. I'm Brennan. Friday, the 5th of December. 5, is that the degree we got to at the airport this morning?
5 degrees, yes. So looking
Ooh-wee.
back on it, coldest since February 2nd when we got to like
man.
1, I think, something like that. So, and there were a couple of late February, early March days that were like 7, 8, 9, but
Yeah.
no, we got down to 5 this morning.
It is one of those things where you have to remind yourself, and I do this too, and then you kind of give us perspective
Yes.
that December's supposed to be cold, but
Right.
we're talking like 20s and 40s
Right.
for like lows and highs. This is
Yeah.
a cold day.
And it's always interesting to see the snowfall as well, because we're at a foot now with the 2 inches we got yesterday. That put us at a foot of snow at the airport, so that's right around average, plus or minus an inch or so. So we'll see. We get 2 inches every 2 inches. We get 2 feet every December. So it'll be interesting to see if that verifies, because it hasn't since like 2019, something like that. So
To double what we've had.
humming
already,
along
triple
for
that.
a
Yeah.
normal winter.
How about that? Man, I did think about you when yesterday you mentioned, you're up in Webster 104, might see some decent burst of lake effect.
Right.
Went to school pickup, way out in the line. Boy, it was just hammering.
Yeah,
It was
coming
just a
down.
snow globe. It was in the snow squall realm of that definition. And came out and get Brooklyn, and then we go home, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's cold. She's like, yeah, Dad, but it's not supposed to be this cold. And I was
That's
like,
what
look
she
at you. And I was like, meteorologist, look,
Yeah,
the
that's funny.
average lows and highs on that. So it's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
I think they do that pretty often in like preschool and kindergarten and stuff, and talk about the weather because it's so relatable.
It is. I know. It's what our kids are talking about at the cafeteria around the
Yes.
lunch table.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we get into some news, anything to share? Anything topical?
Yeah, so we did a breathing exercise like a month ago or something like that. The 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out,
Yeah.
and then 4 seconds hold with no breath. Mason came home the other week, and we've got another breathing exercise.
Oh,
So this one is you hold up all your fingers,
okay.
and what you do is you take your other hand, and then as you go up the finger, you breathe in. So you go, and then down, out. Up, in, down, out. You get the idea, and then you go
Yeah.
around the whole hand, basically. So
feel
that gives you
good.
that gives you a good 5 breaths. And I think what it does is not only is it the breath exercise, but you're also kind of visually with your eyes watching. You're also it's physical, it's visual, and it's respiratory as
Yeah.
well, right? So you're kind of like knocking out 3 things with one. Versus if someone says, just take a breath, take a deep breath, that's only one. You're just working on respiratory. This connects everything together. And so it's been pretty good to calm, because like kids get excited, you know what I mean? And whether it's funny, it's any emotion, right? Whether it's excitement, sadness, anger, frustration, anything, it's all good to do breaths, you know what I mean?
So
So
work with that with my kids. Since we're on the self-help
Yeah.
train
Yeah.
in this line of thought, another thing, if any people are looking for a little knick-knack, something for a stocking stuffer or a gift for a friend, a bracelet made of lava beads.
okay.
They're very porous. They can hold stuff. And then you can Google around, look for panic button oil. It's basically an essential oil, and whatever it has in it, if it's lavender or whatever aroma that helps your body calm down, and you just dip it on the beads and it absorbs it. And if you I've had panic attacks. I've talked about anxiety
Yeah,
before. I used to have it frequently, and I would just breathe in some of that, and I would just carry it with me, and that smell works wonders.
Huh.
It's incredible.
So you can
It's
choo-
literally called panic button.
Is it lavender always, or you can do different kind of?
I think I'd have to look up the different mixture. I know that lavender's heavy on it because you smell that and you're like, all right, let's take a nap.
Right,
We are in our zen. So yeah,
we love lavender in the Gilbert household. That's a lot of our soaps. We usually go lavender.
it is good. And I burn occasionally, sometimes diffusers, different essential oils. We have Adeliza, one of our reporters and producers in here. I walked by her desk one day and I see the mist coming out right in front of her face at the computer for one of these things. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a little much right there in front of your face. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's water. just kind of a humidifier.
Oh,
Just
interesting.
help with that if you're like you're
Keep
dry,
moist.
anything like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
My
it
hands
is.
crack so
It
bad.
is. Listen, you can get self-help from this podcast.
Yeah,
Who knew?
there you go.
For whatever it's worth.
Yeah.
You ever go to a gas station or
Yeah.
some convenience store and come across egg salad sandwich or chicken salad, tuna?
I see it. I don't buy it.
You ever had it?
Uh,
Never in a pinch.
So I used to work at Stewart's Shops
Love Stewie's.
back in Oswego.
Yeah.
Right when I graduated from college, it was no weather. You know, you graduate and you're like, so what do I do now?
Yeah.
And I wasn't the person that was like right on my internships as a senior. I could have been a lot better. But it was pick up odd jobs basically and
Yeah.
then work on trying to get the career. So one of those jobs was Stewart's when we had to put together the sandwiches and things like that. And they were pretty good.
I was
Not too
about
bad.
to say, don't ruin it for everyone.
No, so while I was there,
Yeah.
I ate the sandwiches occasionally because I worked there. And
Yeah.
no, they weren't too bad. But no, I would not.
I have occasionally. You got to be careful. Check those dates. Hope they're
Yeah,
right.
they're usually pretty good about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like the time of day.
That is true
Get
too.
one for lunch, not for dinner.
Yeah, not the evening drive, the Friday night if you're going somewhere.
Right, yeah.
I bring it up because 7-Eleven has a new Japanese style egg salad sandwich. And if you didn't know, and I didn't know much too, someone brought it up to me this morning, 7-Eleven is huge in Japan.
Oh.
Like the thing.
I did not know that.
Extremely popular. So what they're doing, they're bringing this to the menu at U.S. stores. It's one of 7-Eleven's best-selling items anywhere in Japan. The culinary creation is known as the Tamago Sando. One key to this, of the success, is it's made with an egg yolk only mayo called Kewpie. It's spelled K-E-W pie.
Oh,
It's special
interesting.
on that.
Egg yolk only mayo. So I like making my mayo. I've said
Yeah.
that before, where you do use it's usually one egg and then a cup of oil and then like a squirt of Dijon, salt, pepper, lemon. But that's interesting to not use the yolk. I kind of want to try, or only use the
Use
yolk
it, yeah.
rather. Get rid of the
Egg
egg
yolk
white.
only.
So that's
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe I'll try that. And then obviously you mix it in with the hard-boiled eggs.
Check it out
I'm
whenever you
assuming.
pop in, maybe if you're on a road trip or anything. It is kind of towards the end of the year. So many lists are coming out for kind of the year-end review. Everyone got their Spotify Wrapped this week, and Rolling Stone has the list of the top songs of the year. You hear that when we can only play a brief portion. Don't want to be sued or anything. Yeah, with the rights. So Lady Gaga's Abracadabra was the top song for 2025. The magazine calls it this year's, quote, most inescapable earworm anthem. Also on the top 100. Golden by K-pop. Demon Hunters, that was third.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's Fate of Ophelia might be my favorite that she has from the album. Maybe it's just because it's on all the time.
Yeah.
Playing Gaga there again. That was number 8. And then the top album, guess who? Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny,
Right?
Yes,
Had
yes,
to be.
yes.
Yeah.
He's rocking it, and he's got the international elevation.
Yes.
you know what I mean, because I think that he's got United States, he's got all Spanish
Bilingual,
speaking
yeah.
countries, so that expands his audience. For like Lady Gaga, you know, it's United States, sure, it's some of Europe, but it's not like Bad Bunny.
Right.
You know, and it's the same thing I think with a lot of these other English-speaking artists. So now, Abracadabra, is that the remix of the Steve Miller Band Abracadabra, or is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Because or maybe that was Eminem that did a remix of. I know you're a fan of Eminem, didn't he? Do
Yes.
he took like the chorus from Abracadabra and then kind of put it out.
Oh,
in
I think
there?
so, yes.
Something like
he
that.
did.
Their
yes.
song has been reused a lot.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were talking about like songs that were okay when they came out, but now are creepy.
Yes.
Abracadabra is kind of reach out and grab you.
This came
kind
up,
of thing.
Yeah, this came up because of what's the Christmas song? Baby, it's cold outside,
Yeah.
and then it's
Right. Yeah.
revisionist history, and you look back and you're like,
Right. Yeah.
it's a little much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the kind of thing where, and Disney does this too as well. Is like you watch The Jungle Book on Disney,
Yes.
and there's the black screen in front of it and says, "We understand that this film may depict certain things that make people uncomfortable or has like racist undertones and things like that." But in order to I don't know how they word it, but like in order to preserve the history, we're going to leave it as is and just acknowledge that there are some parts that we're uncomfortable with and we made the movie. You know what I mean? And I think that's the kind of thing with those songs. It's like, I like listening to the songs. It's good. Do I mean that I agree 100% with what the lyrics are saying? No, but it's still a good song, you know?
I think I prefer kind of that very in general approach of whether it's something that's written, a story, an article, a clip, a full movie, of it's not erased. Like you can't, some people say something was wrong, it's gone. And like that's one way to handle it. The other way is like to own it and be like, hey, this was the issue with it. Yes, years later, but it's, you know, top of that graph or first thing that you see whenever you turn on the movie. And to have that, and all of these things have come out in recent years of being brought up, and you know, back then people say didn't think about it, didn't realize it, sorry for it.
Sorry for it, and let's have the conversation. And I think that's definitely better than just like, okay, let's pretend it never happened. You know,
it is the holiday season. Do you ever do Elf on a Shelf?
Never done Elf on a Shelf. No, and we're going to try to keep it that way.
Are they aware of it?
They will be. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I think that's the big thing. Is I think they go to school and the other kids are sharing stories on, how did your Elf on the Shelf go? And then there's kids that are like they feel left out because they're not doing it at home.
It's a tradition now that is 20 years old. We've never done it. The girls have never brought it up. I don't know if they've ever seen him in a store, like any of them. I've been involved in helping the elf.
Oh, okay.
So whenever younger pre-kids, we would go back home, whether it was at that point, it was 20 years, end of college, started my career, or when Steph and I would go home, help the neighbors and their kids, and just to see what the elf was up to. And some people, they're insane what they do. Like it's not just he's hanging out on a tree or he shows up in a microwave. I had one house near me where I grew up where the elf saran wrapped the toilet. It was a flat sheet underneath the seat you put down. And I'm like, if someone wakes up middle of the night in the morning and don't see that, could be a mess. Other ones, they've TP'd, rolled a whole house, and he's just outside.
That's insane.
Like, it's not just like hiding something from the kids.
Right.
It's wild.
Right. So let's, just to go back for a little bit, because I think some people might not actually know what it is. So basically what it is if you have small children, what you do is you take this elf and you put it somewhere in the house and you say, hey, kids, Christmas is coming up. You have to do the right thing. No fighting, no making big messes, no whatever your boundaries are, basically. Don't break the boundaries because the elf is watching.
Yes.
Don't know where it is, but it's somewhere around the house. And so ideally the elf does a good job, or the elf is watching you, and then the kids do a good job, whatever. And then they look for said elf, right? And then they find the elf in the morning, and then, oh, it's cute, it's fun, right? That's the general concept of it.
Yeah. I just Googled Elf on a Shelf, and their website, they have a whole like kids. We can't show our kids this.
Wow.
It's some whole game where you can do Elf Joe's North Pole Tool, Santa's strategy room to see what's going on. Oh,
there's Santa.
You can see him, and there are the elves hanging out. You know, this is kind of fun.
I don't remember it starting. You said it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
I only remember it over the past few years.
Yeah, not that long, but just it really caught on. And by the time you get about a week out from Christmas, all the dads and moms are just kind of like laid back on a couch or texting friends like, any ideas, or what's your elf up there doing?
That's the thing. It's like there's like an exhaustion aspect to it of like, sure, it's great for 7 days, but then you get caught with the fact that you have to like try to hide the elf all the time.
You know who feels that way? George Clooney. Just listen.
My kids do. They're very big on Elf on the Shelf. I'm not a giant Elf on the Shelf guy because I'm 64.
The problem with Elf on the Shelf is you have to be smart enough to remember the next day where it is and what you're doing. I was good for like 3 days, but it's like a 30-day activity.
That was another actor, Matthew Lillard, talking about the experience there. That's fun.
He got 3 days in, and then was like, okay.
It was like after Thanksgiving weekend. That was it. That was it. We started that week.
I could see it maybe like do it like a week before Christmas. You know, you don't have to do the whole 24 days. That seems a little exhausting.
Oh, I think I've got a countdown thing somewhere. Something that hangs on a wall where you do 25 days, something comes out.
Yeah.
I got to catch up to that.
We have 2 advent calendars for the kids. My daughter, my 2-year-old, has a like a Little People Advent calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. So she gets like a little goodie every day. And then my son has a Hot Wheels Advent calendar. So he gets like a little Hot Wheels car every day. And they look forward to it. And we really, parenting, you parent however you want. But like the if-then statements, we try not to use too much. We do use them. Like, if you're bad, you don't get this. If you're good, you do get this. Like, we try, I'm not, I just
Right.
want you to do the right thing no matter what.
Not everything being a reward. That
Exactly.
something has to come
But
with it.
occasionally we'll be like, if you don't get in the tub right now, you ain't getting a toy in the morning.
That- yeah.
Sometimes it does slip out. As
Yeah.
much as I don't like doing that, sometimes it happens.
Buddy, I'm an ATM. We're trying to get these kids to sleep for the night, and they got
Rewards.
It was a big night the other night. It was both in the bunk beds, almost 8 hours, which is like great for us.
Yeah.
It's like, here's $1. Next night, we're like, you owe money on your mortgage. Like, my kids, yeah, you got to pay some money
You're a
back
bank.
to the bank. Yes,
Right.
for sure to have that. We got more coming the way on the pod. Going to talk about, we had the booze bandit with that raccoon that got smashed after smashing into a liquor store in Virginia. And now there's a squatting problem involving a giant bear. And then we'll talk a little bit about the Bills and LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I'm going to drop that on you coming up. We haven't done that, a hot take on this show. It's what everyone else does, and we'll do it coming up. Back here on the pod this Friday, 5th of December with James. I'm Brennan. This part of the show, second half, as we get ready to say goodbye to the weekend, I want to talk about some stories with big numbers.
Yes.
From sports to Netflix. This came out this morning. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers Studios and streaming business for $72 billion. Whew. With a B as in Brennan. So this will bring two of the industry's biggest players in film and TV under one roof. This means Warner Brothers, which has HBO Max and DC Studios, will go under Netflix, which has Stranger Things, Squid Game, K-pop Demon Hunters. It's insane. The total enterprise value is more than $80 billion, and it will be closing next year.
Dude, this is so insane.
So people now think about, what does it mean for Netflix? Isn't big in movie theaters, obviously, right now. Some of the big things they will put out there, like K-pop, but you think of any of the superhero movies, things that HBO might be involved of, and they say that some of the contracts already agreed on, productions in the works, that will stay. They'll still be going to theaters, but man,
Yeah.
$80 billion.
That's so wild. So like the way that I think of these mergers when they happen is like, I feel like, now this again might be totally wrong. Love speculating. I'm a meteorologist. I know very little about business.
Sure, same. We don't work for CNBC.
No, we
Yes.
don't. Right, and I'm sure they're gaggling about
yes.
this right now.
Yeah.
But I think generally everything probably stays the same. The only thing that happens is you get the board at the top.
Yeah.
You probably had two boards, and they just merge into one board. So the money just
think so,
gets
too.
consolidated up
Yeah.
top. Everybody that works for Warner Brothers, everybody that works for Netflix probably is just still going to see a paycheck on Friday. It's just the guys and the gals at the very, very, very top just kind of smushed together. And then maybe decisions are made to do some sort of consolidation, some cutting, some expanding. And I'm sure the business will probably run a little bit differently. But I really think it's just the boards that come together and they're like,
I do too. And then
we're going to go
a couple of
15 to 5.
series or movies will show up on Netflix or HBO or vice versa. or
Yeah,
whatever it
you
may be.
hope that
Yeah.
me like at the very bottom rung, which we are, right? Just users of the products, that maybe we get some more movies, because I feel like there's so many times when you're on Netflix and you're like, these are all like C-list movies on here. You know what I mean? You're like, can I get one movie that I've even heard of, especially Christmas time? You know?
Or you're looking and you're trying to find one if it's on Roku or wherever, and you're like, I think I got this movie. Is it on Disney or Netflix? And you
Yeah.
look it up and it's like Peacock. It's not the free
Right.
version, or it's
No.
on Prime, but it's buy to rent or whatever it may be. And then it's like, we went through that with The Girls Love the Grinch, the animated one. I don't think they've seen the Jim Carrey one.
Ours do too.
Love it. Last year, it was completely free on Peacock. and then it went behind a paywall for a bit,
Mm.
and then I was like, girls, we can't watch it. And then all of a sudden, this season came back around, and it popped up for free one day. And I was like, we're back in.
Loaded in. I
Watch it.
can't remember which one we watched it.
They love it. They love it.
Jim Carrey's too scary for us.
The smile.
I mean, for the kids.
He was
I
so good.
love that movie. There's so many great one-liners in that
Yes.
movie, and it's too scary for the kids.
He was so good.
So.
The smile. I remember seeing that with my dad. The other one, LeBron James. So he had a double-digit scoring streak of 1,297 games.
Whew.
And that's where it's going to stop. Last night, he had a chance toward the end of the game to score and win, made the pass.
He passed
He
it.
got the assist to Rui Hachimura for the final shot as they got the win. And he was asked about that. He finished with 8 points, so he said he had no regrets. He was like, we won. How about that?
Wow.
I wanted to know how far is that from second place. So he started that streak, double-digit scoring games, January 6, 2007, so almost 20 years. Michael Jordan was just 866 in a row.
Gosh, wow. Yeah. So, wait,
So-
how many games was it for LeBron? How many
1,200,
thousand?
so 400, 500 almost.
Wow, that's
Wow.
insane.
Huge.
1,300 games. He's had at least 10 points.
I always think about NBA players. We did this with Kobe, with Jordan, and now LeBron. It's how many seasons of playoff basketball they've played.
Oh, right.
When you take
Yeah.
like 82 games times how many times they've been in the playoffs, it's like
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 extra seasons on their
Right.
legs. This is wild.
Oh man, the guy's he just loves basketball so much.
He might be able to do like just Brady it and keep going.
Yeah,
He's got his son playing with him. A lot of people are wondering if he's going to play next year.
he's
or
off the
a couple
bench,
more
really,
years.
right? I mean, he's kind of
He was hurt to start the season, so it took him a while
Right.
to come back. And he's got Luka, and the Lakers are pretty good. So
right. I think he just knows where his role is. You know, it's. I mean, it's interesting with Brady. It's like you don't have a choice. You're the quarterback. You don't have a choice. With him, it's like with basketball, you can kind of come off the bench. You know, and I think a lot of starters did that for a long time.
and it's when all these greats, and we've grown up through their whole career, and then they realize they're second or third guy now.
I think
Yeah.
of like Carmelo Anthony. You know,
Yeah?
kind of like ball hog, point guard, started for a long time.
And then just journeyman come off the bench somewhere.
Certainly a journeyman, but I think he did well off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I thought he was actually a pretty decent bench player that could come in clutch when he was needed.
Chris Paul got released the other night on the road in the middle of the night
Did
in
he
Atlanta.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that news.
Yeah, he got released. It was wild. I think he played like some part of all
Was it
82
Houston,
games.
I think,
last
something like that.
Clippers.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that where it was last? Yeah, it was wild.
It's regular season. I don't follow.
It is, I know. We got to wait till Christmas Day. That's when the NBA season should start. Bills and Bengals Sunday. Can Buffalo hold on to that wild card spot? They're a game up on the Texans currently right now, and we don't have enough time to go through the whole injury report with the Bills because everyone has been dinged up. Deion Dawkins, he'd been dealing with concussion protocol, taking a hit. He did speak yesterday about his journey back.
Like, I honestly love when things happen, man, because you really see who people are. You see who has your back. You see who doesn't. You see the dark. You see the light. Going through protocol is a tough journey. Protocol is not no easy thing to get through. But I enjoy going through obstacles of life because life is not supposed to be easy, and life is hard. Life is hard for a left tackle. Life is hard for a star. Life is hard for being a father. Life is hard for being a football player.
I love that.
He takes it and runs with it,
Listen,
doesn't he?
that's how you close out a show for a week. How about that?
It's
That was good.
great
So that's
stuff.
1 o'clock on Sunday. We'll have that. Rock Holiday Village, the keg tree lighting, the Liberty Pole lighting, everything else. Enjoy it all. And we will see you back here on Monday.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.